This is day 4. The focus of today's session are your hips. You can think about your hips as your body's emotional junk drawers. What happens when your junk drawers is crammed full? You get upset. You get upset because nothing is at easy reach. You cannot find what you want. And the same happens when your hips are full of stress. Most of the stress that we deal with in everyday life gets stored into our muscles if we're not able to digest it right away. And because of our life is becoming hectic, we're sleeping less, or the quality of our sleep is becoming lower, we don't move enough, we have way too much stress every day. Our biggest muscles, so the glutes, the quads, our back muscles, start to store all this stress into the fascia. What happens when this keeps going for a long period of time is that the tightness that you have in your hips is not only a lack of mobility and flexibility, it becomes also storage for your stuck emotions and for your stuck stress. So today's class is not only stretching, but we are decluttering. By regaining mobility into our hips, into our lower back, we allow this emotion to find a little bit more space to flow and just leave them. So, um, without any further ado, this could potentially be a little bit of an emotional class, and you will see that while it feels good to open our hips, sometimes it moves stuff inside of us. This is absolutely normal. It's going to be a pretty chill session where we stay only onto the ground. So find your comfortable seated position. Doesn't have to be a cross-legged position. You can sit in any comfortable pose that allow you to keep the spine straight. Roll the shoulders back and down. Close your eyes. You can place your hands wherever they feel comfortable, onto your lap or onto your knees. As usual, we start with a couple of breaths just to recenter, find ourselves. After a long night of sleep, our breath was automatic. We were out of touch with it. But now we can slowly be more conscious of it and decide how long, how deep, how slow. One more long breath in. And one more long breath out. Open your eyes. We begin onto the floor. Extend both of your legs out, feet hip width apart, flex your feet. Press the back of the knees onto the ground. Inhale, both hands reach up. Exhale, starting from the hips, start to fall forward and down. You can place your hands onto the ground, anywhere onto the ground, onto your shin. If flexibility allows, you can, of course, grab your toes. Press the back of the knee towards the ground, flex the feet so that you can also feel the calf pulling, and lead the movement with your belly and chest rather than rounding the spine. Notice the difference. When you keep your spine straight, how does your stretching in the back of your leg changes compared to when you round the upper back in an effort to try to grab your feet? You will notice that spine straight, leading with the belly, increases the stretch. You can also just feel it, the leg becomes longer. One more deep breath in. One more deep breath out. Slowly release. Hands next to your buttocks, cross your feet. Roll over your hands and knees. Knees under the hips, wrist under the shoulders. We just do a couple of rounds of spinal breathing. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the back and look up. Exhale, round the spine. Push the shoulder blades towards the ceiling. Look at your belly. Inhale. Drop the belly, arch the spine, look up. Exhale, round the spine in the opposite direction. Look at your belly. Couple more times, following the natural rhythm of your breath. Last time, inhale, arch the back. Look up. Exhale, bring the spine back to neutral. Tuck in the tailbone. I want you now to bring the right foot in between your hands. Readjust your position in a way where your right foot and the left knee onto the ground have enough space to drop the hips down. Then, inhale, lift core and arms up. Exhale, hands either onto your right knee or onto your lower back, pushing forward, not down. You really want to push the hips forward. Make sure that you have the right knee either on top or behind the right ankle, never past the right ankle, and that you have enough space to allow your left hip flexor to stretch. Sometimes we are way too close, and here you will not feel any stretching if you are this high. So make sure that your right foot is forward enough for you to drop the hips. One more deep breath in. And one more deep breath out. We actually take one more long breath in. And one more deep breath out. We slowly release. We can place the hands onto the ground and extend the right leg. Flex the right foot. Make sure that the left hip is right on top of the left knee and that your feet are still hip width apart, even if they are one in front and one back, so that our hips stay squared. If we struggle to reach the ground, we can place the right hand onto our right shin, left hand onto the right thigh. And as we did before, try to lead in this forward fold with just a single leg with your belly and chest. Maintain your back as straight as possible. If flexibility allows and we can keep a straight back, then by all means, drop your hands onto the floor. But as you can see, my back is still straight, so that we are actually increasing the stretch into the right leg, the back of the right leg, with a rotation of our pelvis rather than by going deeper with our chest and belly. Flex the right foot so that you can feel the stretch also in the back of our calf. Deep inhale and exhale. Last deep breath in. And last deep breath out. Slowly release. Bend the right knee. Hands framing the right foot. Walk your right foot to the left edge of the mat. And then drop the right knee forward, like higher than your right ankle. In this way, you can maintain your hips squared before you try to drop the right glute down. Make sure that your hips are squared. If you feel like you cannot place the right glute onto the ground, you can place a block or something under to help you keep the hips squared. Hands onto the ground, inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, you can choose to stay here with the hands onto the floor, or you can choose to lower elbows onto the ground, maybe even forehead onto the ground. You should feel a good stretch into your right glute.
but no pressure into the right knee. If you feel any pressure into the right knee, make sure that your right heel is close to the left hip flexor. Deep inhale and exhale. Slowly release. Lift the chest up. Now bring the left leg to the front of the mat and we cross the left knee on top of the right one. We can have two options here. A more difficult option that requires more opening in the hips is that of keeping both knees bent, ideally one on top of the other one. If you have difficulties in doing this and your left knee comes very high, what we can do is that of extending the right leg forward and bring the left knee on top of the right leg that is extended. Wherever you are, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, right hand reaches up, bend the elbow, right hand on the back of your right shoulder blade. Left hand opens out to the side, palm facing back. Then you rotate to bring the back of the hand towards the back and see if you can grab your hands behind your back. So the right hand has the palm towards the back while the left hand has the back of the hand towards the back. Here you can choose to just stay here or exhale, slowly fall forward, bringing your chest and belly towards the left knee. Deep inhale and exhale. Slowly release, uncross your legs. Now roll over your hands and knees. We are again in an all-4 position. This time we want to bring the left foot forward in between your hands. Readjust the position so that you have enough space in between the left heel and the right knee, and then drop the hips down. Inhale, lift core and arms up. Exhale, hands either onto your left knee or onto your lower back, pushing forward. Ideally, left knee on top of left ankle, never past the left ankle, either on top or behind. And really try to find a position in which you can drop the hips so that you can feel the right hip flexor extending. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. Hands onto the floor. We start by extending the left leg, flex the left foot. If it's hard to maintain a straight back with our hands onto the ground, left hand onto left shin, right hand onto left thigh. This way you are more in control of the movement of your pelvis. You want to rotate the pelvis forward, bringing the pubic bone in between your legs, pulling your sit bones up. This, if you are able to move the pelvis in this way, you can feel a deeper stretch under your left leg. Option 1, we stay here with the hands onto our left leg. Option 2, if flexibility allows, hands onto the ground, right under the shoulders. Flex the left foot. Deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale one more time. And exhale out. Bend the left knee, hands framing the left foot. Walk your left foot to the right edge of your mat, and then drop the right knee forward higher compared to the left knee. Drop the left knee higher compared to the left foot. Keeping the hips squared, which means our right toes can tuck under and we can feel the top of the right knee onto the ground. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, drop the hips onto the ground. If you need a support, you can slide a pillow or a block or a book under your left glute. Option 1, hands onto the floor. Option 2, elbows onto the ground. Option 3, forehead onto the ground. Make sure there is no pressure into your left knee. You should feel a good stretch into your left glute. Take this next few moments to close your eyes maybe and notice if there is any emotion rising into your chest area. This could be slight discomfort, some tingling, some rushing, some heat. Just notice, no need to analyze too much. One more long breath in. And one more long breath out. Slowly release, lift the chest. Now we slide the right leg forward and we cross the right knee on top of the left one. We can, if our hips allow this, we can keep both knees bent, the back of the feet towards the ground, the sole of the feet pointing up. Ideally, the knees almost in one line. If it's very difficult for us to maintain this position, we can simply extend the left foot forward. So the left leg is extended, the right knee is on top of the left one. From here, we lengthen the spine. Left hand reaches up. We bend the elbow, left palm towards the left shoulder blades. Right hand extends to the side, palm facing back. We rotate the arms, back of the hand towards our back. We try to grab our hands behind the back. We can stay here with a straight spine, or we can exhale and fall forward, bringing the belly and chest towards the right knee. Deep inhale and exhale. Slowly lift your chest up. Release your legs. As we started, we start to finish. Feet hip width apart, back of the back of the knees towards the ground. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, fall forward and down. Here, try to go into your deepest version. You can round the spine, you can even bend the knees and give yourself a hug. Maybe close your eyes in this position and notice what kind of sensation you feel. Maybe some pulling of the legs, some pulling of the back, but maybe there is also something else. Last deep breath in and exhale out. Lift the chest, hands next to your buttocks. Open up your legs as much as you like. They don't have to be as wide as my legs. They can be a little bit closer, but for sure we want them to be wider than hip width apart. Then we can bring the hands to the back of our glutes and try to push ourselves to roll over our seat bones. You know, the seat bones have two little triangles that stick down. We want to roll over them so that our back either stays flat or slightly arching. Then we can either stay here and push with our hands, or we can bring the hands to the front. Maybe elbows onto the ground. If we can go even deeper, then very good. Let's pancake belly and chest onto the ground. Wherever you are, you want to flex your feet, toes pointing up, and press the back of the knee onto the ground. Ideally, also engage your quads. If you can, close your eyes, lengthen your breath. This is usually an intense stretch for everyone. So breathe into the discomfort or breathe through the discomfort. Try to maybe contract your throat and inhale less air but for longer period of time so that your breath can become more diaphragmatic. You can inhale longer. You can feel the diaphragm going down. If you feel like your body is releasing and you can go deeper, you can change and go deeper into the pose. One more deep breath in. And one more deep breath out. Slowly we release, lifting the chest up. We can help ourselves with our hands to bring the knee back. Left knee onto the ground, right foot crossover, right hand behind the back supporting. Inhale, left hand reaches up. Exhale, hook the left elbow outside of the right knee. Twist. Look at your right shoulder. If we feel this a little bit too challenging, we can extend the left leg instead of keeping it bent. Deep inhale. And exhale. Slowly release. Other side. You can choose to keep the right leg extended, bend the left knee. Inhale, right hand reaches up. Exhale, hook the right elbow outside of the left knee. Left hand behind our back supporting. We look at the left shoulder. Or we can bend the right knee under. Both options are possible. Try to do the same version on each side so that we can maintain balance. Deep inhale and exhale. Slowly release. We conclude day 4 with a short moment of awareness, finding your comfortable seated pose, any sitting pose. Make sure that your spine is nice and tall. Roll the shoulders back and down. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale out. As per usual, notice your physical state, your emotional state, your mental state. And I leave you with an invitation. Next time you feel your emotion rising in a way that you cannot really control, or that you're noticing yourself being in a certain emotional state for several days, so you feel emotionally stuck, move. When your body moves, your muscle move, and the emotions stuck and stored into our muscles can finally flow and leave us. You can go for a run, you can go for a walk, do some yoga, do some stretching, do spinning, whatever allow your body to move. You'll notice that not only you will feel better in that moment, but you will also be preventing this stuck emotion to stay into your muscles, preventing stiffness and preventing bigger mood swings. One more deep breath in and exhale out. Open your eyes. Thank you. This was day 4. I'm looking forward to keep going for the challenge tomorrow with day 5.